So my name is Choe. I am originating in Hartford probably about almost 20 years now. I went to high school here, grade school here, raised my daughter here along with my brothers. My family's all from here as well. Before that we were from Milwaukee, but mainly grew up in Hartford here. I joined Anytime Fitness in October 2013, on a mission to basically lose weight. Before that, I was, an average person who just went out, didn't really, no health perception at all. I went out, I ate what I wanted. I probably had McDonald's McNuggets on Mondays and Whoppers on Wednesdays, so no really health perception there until what I got to this point was I had went to the doctor. I fell and I twisted my ankle, and I had went to the doctor, and I always said if I was ever 250 pounds, I had to lose weight. And did I ever think that I was anywhere near 250 pounds? No, but I went there and I was 247 pounds. And I was absolutely astounded. I had to be off work. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was more or less worried about being off of work, but I'm sitting there, I'm like, I am 247 pounds. 247 is almost 250. 250 is almost 300. 300 is almost 350, You never think that you gain that much weight in a little bit of time. And next thing you know, here you are, obese as a statistic say in America. You're one of those statistics. I enjoyed coming to Anytime Fitness. I came here and I loved coming here. It was an atmosphere that I could be in for as long as I wanted to be. And honestly, when I tell people, they say, what did you do to lose all your weight? And I said, well, it's really diet and exercise. And I said, but you have to find a place that you walk into and you're like, yes, I can be here. I have no problem being here for 2 hours. You know what I mean? So I tell them, you have to try, use those 2-week memberships and try all the gyms that you want to. But when you walk into the one that fits you, it'll fit you. You'll feel it. You'll want to be there. You'll have no problem going there 5 days a week. If you want to go there 7, you probably have no problem doing that either. But it is a comfort thing. Joining Anytime Fitness, I'm on my mission. I'm eating right. I'm not really meal prepping, but I cut, portions and watching all of those things, coming and working out. Dreading doing cardio every day of my life. I could barely do 5 minutes of cardio at one point, and then I got up to 35 minutes. And then I had a little break. July 3rd is actually my birthday. So July 3rd, 2014, I was in a car accident. My friend had, it was very late. It wasn't drunk driving or anything like that. She had taken me out for my birthday. She had worked all day, went to school all night, and then taken me out. And she ended up falling asleep at the wheel. And we had gotten in an accident. I was sleeping in the car. And when I woke up, next thing I knew, the car was on its side. And at the moment, I didn't know that I had broke my neck because I had pushed through the windshield and crawled out of the vehicle. And by the time I had got out of the vehicle and I stood up, I was like, oh my God, my neck. I can't feel, I was like, I can't feel. And then there was a police lady there, and next thing I know, she's just lowering me to the ground. And I was on a stretcher. Next thing I know, I was I was at Trader with a broken neck. 2 months I was in a neck brace. And during this time, it's crazy. I broke my neck, I have a broken wrist, I have a hematoma on my arm. I'm all banged up in all sorts of places. And I'm like, what am I going to do if I don't exercise? I'm going to gain all the weight I lost back. I'm going to lose muscle mass. And it was the only thing that I could think about besides the importance of my child in my life and things like that. But it was also a very important factor in my life that I did this. Through that time frame, 2013, it's almost a whole year that I have done this and worked so hard that I might lose it all. In that time that I was in a neck brace, I walked 1 mile to 2 miles every day. And my mom, Lord bless her soul, she hated it. She hated it because I would get blackout spells too. So like if I bent over, like let's say I dropped my phone while walking and I bent over, I could stand up and instantly black out and fall over. So that's what scared her the most, is that I would be alone. So my daughter rode her bike with me every day, the mile to 2 miles, just around the subdivision, walk, around and around, and get my exercise in as much as I could. I had a little weights too, that I was using little 5-pounders, because I couldn't lift that much, but I was dedicated enough to keep going, and I had to. So I came back on a mission that I am going to lose weight, and that was it. It wasn't that I wanted to be healthier, don't get me wrong, but more or less I just wanted to lose weight because I wasn't healthy in that aspect. I was huge. I had completely changed my lifestyle, and that's really what I try to focus on, telling people as well as myself that you just can't diet and exercise. It's a lifestyle. You just can't say, oh, I go to the gym on Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and then I eat like crap the other days. It's a complete lifestyle. How you think, the whole process to everything. It's really any time that I do love, and I tell people that all the time. It's not because I'm friends with, I'm friends with people at any time, of course, but it's not, that I'm best friends with somebody and they promote me and I get a discount or anything like that. It's because I really love anytime. I really love the atmosphere here. When you walk in the gym, you have a lobby. You're not walking in and all of a sudden there's your gym and there's all the equipment and, it's like, which way am I going now? You walk in and it's like a centering emotion. I'm going to go through the door, I'm going to put my stuff away, and then I'm going to start my workout. Everything has its space, Like the cardio is by the cardio, but it's not a lot of it. It's not 25 machines all lined up and it's like, oh my God, I'm going to be nuts to butts with all these people. It's just the space, really. I can't say that more. It's the space, it's the era. You have room to move. And not that other gym members aren't friendly, but I just feel like my gym members are more friendly, so. I can't tell you how much easier it is to walk up a flight of stairs now that I'm not carrying 87 pounds. I can't tell you how, easy it is to race my daughter to Walmart's doors. Mom said, she says, I'll race you to the door. Okay, I'll race you to the door. Before I'm like, oh Lord, I'm not racing you to the door. So that's hard to do. But it's truly a lifestyle, and I can't express that enough, that your health is more important than anything. Lord knows that you get a sickness for everything nowadays. And the easiest thing that we can do is watch what we put in our mouths and come to the gym a few times a week. Today, I am at loss of 87 pounds. 87 pounds. So I would say 87 pounds in 2.5 years.